State and prove shallow first theorems. So, what is the statement of the shallow first theorem? Let G be a some finite group. So, it is some finite group such that order of G, which is equal to P raised to power K into Q, where P is a prime number and Q is some positive integer, such that GCD of P and Q equal to 1. Then for each I, G has at least one subgroup of order P raised to power I. It means G has at least one subgroup of order P raised to power I. So first understand the statement of shallow first theorem. So what is the statement of shallow first theorem? Now if we have a some group, order of group is finite. Suppose we have a group of 2 raised to power 6 into 5. Suppose. Now it means the shallow subgroup, the shallow first theorem, it states that G has at least one subgroup of order 2 raised to power 1, 2 raised to power 2, 2 raised to power 3 and 2 raised to power 4, 2 raised to power 5 and 2 raised to power 6. So it has at least one subgroup of order this, one subgroup of order this and one subgroup of order this and one subgroup of order this, this and this. So this is the application of a shallow first theorem. I take another example. Suppose I have group of order of G, which is 2, 6, 5 raised to power 4 and 6 raised to power 3. Then what it means? G has at least one subgroup of order 2, 2 raised to power 1, 2 raised to power 2, 2 raised to power 3, 2 raised to power 4, 2 raised to power 5, 2 raised to power 6. And similarly, it has a subgroup of order 5, 5 square, 5 cube and 5 raised to power 4. Similarly, it has the subgroup of order 6, 6 raised to power 1, 6 raised to power 2, 6 raised to power 3. So these has subgroup of at least one subgroup of this order. So this is the application. Now in this case, remember that G is not a abelian group. G is a simple group. But in the Cauchy theorem of finite abelian group, in that case G was a abelian group. Now we shall prove it with the help of induction. So first I take, let order of G, which is equal to P raised to power K into Q, where P is prime number and GCD of P and Q is equal to 1. So this values. So this is my order. Now suppose K and Q is 1. If it is 1, if order of G is equal to P, suppose it is order of G is equal to P, then by using the statement every group of prime order is cyclic, so G will be cyclic. If G will be cyclic, then every group of prime order is a cyclic and it means it is a abelian. So cyclic group of order P. Now it implies it has a generator G, which is generated by A because it is cyclic group. So order of G and order of A, they are equal. Since order of G equal to P, so it means order of A is equal to P. So it means G has, so it means G, our since order of G is equal to P, so it have at least one group of order P. So G, the result is trivial because G is its own subgroup of order P, right? So it means G is its own subgroup of order P. Now assume that result is true for assume that result is true for all subgroup of order less than order of G. So assume that the result is true for all subgroup of order less than order of G. So that is given assumption. Now to prove this is for order of G, now suppose as we know that what is Z of G? Z of G, it is a center of G. So this center of G is a subgroup of group G. So what is this? It is a subgroup of group G, right? Now we have two cases. Either prime number P1 divide order of center of G, or P does not divide center of G. So in this case, if this P which divide order of center of G, so that is why given assumption. So prime number which divide order of center of G. Now what is center of G? So center of G, which is a abelian group, which is a abelian subgroup or abelian group, because its element commute with its every element of G. So it is a abelian group. If it is abelian group, then Cauchy theorem of finite abelian group can be applicable. If Cauchy theorem for finite abelian group is applicable, then by Cauchy theorem for finite abelian group, Cauchy theorem for finite abelian group. So by Cauchy theorem for finite abelian group, there exists a non-identity element belongs to center of G such that order of A is equal to P. So I am using the Cauchy theorem for finite abelian group. Now if I take H is generated by this A, so what is this? So it is a cyclic subgroup of group G. If it is a cyclic subgroup of group G, then what it means? It means order of H, which is equal to order of A, which is equal to P. So it means this subgroup is a subgroup of order P, if it is a subgroup of order P. Now if I am taking K is equal to 1, I have two possibilities, because order of G which is equal to P raised to power K into Q. So we have two possibility, either K1 or K greater than 1. So if K is equal to 1, then it implies In this case, order of G is equal to PQ. So clearly it implies G has a subgroup. G has a subgroup H of order P. It has a subgroup or H of order P. So in this case, result is trivial. In this case, result is trivial. So result is true, not trivial. So result is true because it has only one power of P, so that is a P. So it has a subgroup of order P. So here we prove our result. Now if this is in the case of k equal to 1, now I am taking if k is greater than 1. So in the next case, let k is greater than 1. So what is this order of G, which is equal to P raised to power k into Q. Now here k is greater than 1. If k is greater than 1 and H is a cyclic subgroup of G, and because it is a cyclic subgroup, so it is a normal subgroup. So what is the order of this quotient group? Order of G by H, this is equal to order of G over order of H. So what it means? It is a P raised to power k into Q over P. So this value will become P raised to power k minus 1 into Q. Why it is possible? Because k is greater than 1, so it means this number is positive. So since k is greater than 1, so this number is positive and this is less than order of G. So by assumption, our result is true. So since its order is less than order of G, so by assumption, G by H has subgroup, has at least one subgroup, say H1 by H, right? H1 by H, H2 by H, this is second, H3 by H, and so on up to Hk minus 1 by H, because we have power of P raised to power k minus 1. So first group, which is of order, so what is the order of this is P. What is the order of this, which is P square? What is the order of this, which is a P cube? What is the order of this P raised to power k minus 1? And this is respectively. This is the respectively. This group has order P, this group has order P square, and this group has order P cube, and this group has order P raised to power k minus 1. So this also be written as order of Hi over order of Hi over H, which is equal to P raised to power I, where I is running from 1 to so on up to k minus 1, this values. So in this way we can find the where each Hi is a subgroup of G. Now what is the order of Hi? So we can find the order of Hi. So which is equal to order of hi over h. So which is into order of h. So this is equal to p raised to power I into p. What is this? It is a p raised to power I plus 1, where I is running from 1 to so on up to k minus 1. So we get one subgroup of order p square, second subgroup of order p cube, and so on. Then it implies G has at least has subgroup say one is H, its order is P1. Second is H1, its order is P square. H2 and so on H minus 1. So what is its order? Its order is P. Its order is P square. Its order is P cube. And its order is P raised to power K. So which prove our result in case of 1 where P is divided order of center of G. Now second case number 2. Now in this case the prime number, if prime number, this which does not divide the order of center of G. So this is my second case. So this is my second case where P does not divide the order of center of G. Now in this case, by class equation, so as we know that what is the class equation? So class equation is order of G which is equal to order of center of G, this values, plus summation of G which is not equal to normalizer of A, and this is the order of G over order of normalizer of A, this values. So I write it as equation number 1. Now suppose the prime number P which divide this values, order of G by order of center of G. So what will happen? So we will check that if P, which is a prime number, if P prime number which divides order of G over order of normalizer of A, this values, then what it implies? If P divides each individual term, then P divide its sum. So P divide summation of order of G over order of normalizer of A. Also, order of G is equal to P raised to power K into Q, this values, and K is greater than 1. So in this case, P is also divide order of G. So P ਇਹਨੂੰ ਵੀ divide ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ, P ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ prime number order of G ਨੂੰ ਵੀ divide ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ, P ਇਸ sum ਨੂੰ ਵੀ divide ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ, तो naturally P ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ this minus this term ਨੂੰ ਵੀ divide ਕਰੇਗਾ. So it implies P divide order of center of G. So this is by equation number 1. P divide order of center of G by equation number 1. So which is impossible. So in the given part, P does not divide center of G. So which is contradiction. So which is contradiction. So which is a contradiction. So if it is a contradiction, then it implies this p prime number which does not divide order of G over order of normalizer of A. It does not divide these values where G is not equal to normalizer of A. So ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਜਿਹੜਾ normalizer of A ਹੈ ਉਹ G ਦਾ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਬ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਉਹ G ਦਾ ਸਬ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ proper ਸਬ ਗਰੁੱਪ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ. So what is this? It implies from this NA which is a proper subgroup of G, and this is not equal to G but it is a proper subgroup of G. Also we know that order of G, which can be written as order of G over order of normalizer of A into order of normalizer of A, this values. Now here, since order of G which is equal to p raised to power k into q, this values, it means p raised to power k divide order of G. Clear? And p does not divide these values. It means all the p divide this term. So it implies since p does not divide order of G over order of normalizer of A, then it implies all the power of P divide order of normalizer of A. Now since it is a proper subgroup, so also order of normalizer of A less than order of G. Also it is less than order of G. It means by given assumption result is true for normalizer of A, and p raised to power k divide order of normalizer of A, then normalizer of A has at least one subgroup of order p raised to power I, where I is running from 1 to so on up to k. So what it implies? It implies G has a subgroup. G has a subgroup of order p raised to power I, where I is running from 1 to so on up to k, which prove our theorem, which is called a shallow first theorem of shallow first theorem. So which prove shallow first theorems. So the second statement of the shallow theorem is if p is prime number. So just if p is some prime number such that p raised to power n divide order of G, and maximum p raised to power n divide, and p raised to power n plus 1 does not divide order of G, then there exists at least one subgroup subgroup, one subgroup say H of G such that order of H raised to power P raised to power N, such that order of H raised to power N. So this is called this H subgroup is called a shallow P subgroup because